Hi, so here's a quick video on how to integrate your Sage50 company with your company created within AutoEntry. Once you've added a company within your AutoEntry account, we've created this new company down the bottom here, and we can currently see it's not integrated to your accounts package. So in order to integrate it to Sage50, we simply click into the company itself, and we'll see the integrate button on the left-hand side. When you're integrating to Sage50 Cloud, we simply click Connect here, and it'll give us a list of instructions on how to do the integration, but we'll run through that on this video itself, and it's very simply to do. First thing we need to do is to download the installer, which installs a AutoEntry sync application onto your PC or onto your server network. You do need a version of Sage50 if your company files are stored on the network. That is, version of Sage50 can be accessed by AutoEntry in order to publish invoices straight through. If you're working on a standalone PC or laptop, just install it on your hard drive as normal. Installing it as a Windows application is the default choice, where it will run in the background all the time, enabling you to publish invoices from AutoEntry direct into Sage50. So once we download the sync app and launch it, there'll be a shortcut placed onto your desktop. We open up the sync app and we simply have a login page where we log in using our AutoEntry login details. If I scroll down to the bottom of this list shows all the companies that you've created in AutoEntry, and we can see right at the bottom the new company we've created, currently not integrated to Sage. And all we have to do is simply click Connect over on the right hand side. On this page, we now have the option top left to select our accounting software. So we'll obviously select Sage50 UK and I. And after a couple of seconds, this drop-down menu will populate, showing all the companies that you've created within your Sage50 account that are stored locally on your hard drive. In this case, we're going to connect to a company called Nifty50. And over the right-hand side, it automatically populates the folder path for that company file. If for any reason a company is not shown in the drop-down list, you can check this box and manually navigate to that company file. Simply clicking Connect to AutoEntry will automatically connect the company straight through to your Sage50 account. This normally just takes a couple of seconds, and if we scroll down again, we can see that our bottom company, the one we just created, is now connected to Sage50 UK and I. If we jump back into AutoEntry itself, we can actually simply refresh this page, and it will now show that AutoEntry is fully connected to Sage50. On this page, there is a couple of points that you can just be aware of. You can, of course, disconnect from Sage50 at any stage, and you can resync the data from Sage50 here also. When resyncing the data, if you make any major changes to nominal accounts or tax codes, for example, within Sage, clicking the resync here, AutoEntry will resync the data that's in AutoEntry and will pull through any of those changes that you've made. You can allow for duplicate bills or invoices to be published through as well, just to be aware. Obviously, AutoEntry won't do a duplicate check at that stage. If you have particularly large company files, you've been using Sage50 for a number of years, and if you find when you're publishing invoices through that it takes a long time for the invoices to publish through, you can set a look back date here or time that the AutoEntry will not search through your full Sage50 database of invoices before we publish through, so it limits the amount of checking that AutoEntry will do for duplicates. We also display here the specific company path that AutoEntry is connected to, just in case you're worried that it's connected to a wrong company file. And within the XREF field in Sage50, we can publish through either AutoEntry's unique document ID number, our internal unique ID number for every document we process, or indeed we can publish through the reference field. The manual free field when viewing an invoice within AutoEntry can go to the XREF field instead. Clicking save here will save any of the options that we've set above. And below this, we have the status of the AutoEntry desktop sync service. So we can see that it's installed on my PC here at the minute. The service is currently running. We last attempted connection there a few minutes ago, and refreshing the page as soon as the connection is successful. If I refresh the page, and indeed it now shows that the connection was successful a minute later in my case, and that we've synced through the company data. The only limitation to be aware of here when we're syncing the data through. If your PC or laptop is particularly slow, obviously the sync app won't be running at maximum speed. It can only run at the speed of your PC that it's hosted on. This can take up to 5 or 10 minutes sometimes for the first sync to go through. It depends on the amount of data that's within your company file as to exactly how long this takes, but normally within 10 or 15 minutes maximum, the full connection will complete. We can now click on the company homepage up here on the left, and we can prove that the integration has gone through successfully even if we click on the manage lists page, where we'll now see a full list of our nominal accounts that we have set up in Sage, and indeed a full list of our VAT codes there as well. On the home page, we can now jump straight into uploading and processing our invoices as we've uploaded them, whether through the website, phone app, or via email. We can click on the inbox and see the completed invoices that have processed through. We have 3 invoices that we've pre-populated here. AutoEntry will obviously recognize if there is already a supplier account within Sage50 that matches the supplier name. We'll populate nominal account and VAT codes if they've already been remembered. For a brand new supplier where it's not in Sage already, we can click add contact. We can give our supplier a supplier code and obviously select our currency as well. And as we click create contact, this will create a new supplier within Sage50. In order to publish through, once we've selected our supplier account, nominal account, and the relevant VAT code, we simply click publish on the left-hand side, and this now publishes the invoice straight through to Sage50. If we refresh this page, once the invoice has published, we automatically move it to the archive folder, keeping your inbox nice and clear for any new invoices. And if we click into the archive folder itself, we can now see that the invoice has successfully published through to Sage50, shown with the little icon underneath that shows it has successfully imported or published. If we jump to Sage itself and we actually click into the Nifty 50 company, so we can now view that invoice within Sage50 itself, simply clicking through to our supplier section. ABC Supplies was the dummy account we set up there to publish the invoice through. Double click on our supplier, and under the activity section, we can now see the full list of transactions. There's the one we just published through, 25th of March 2020, with the invoice details at the bottom. And of course, don't forget, you can click on the view icon, which will allow you to view the invoice image as it is within AutoEntry as well. So that's a quick overview on how to do the integration to Sage50 and how to view the invoice within Sage50 once successfully published through. If you do have any questions or queries, for example, if you're using shared networks or hosted networks or shared servers where the company files are stored in shared locations, or if we need our tech support to liaise with your IT people in order to do a larger integration, do please simply pop a quick message through to our customer support team using the web chat down to the bottom right, start a new conversation, and one of our team would be more than happy to help. Any questions or queries, of course, do let us know, and thank you very much. Cheers.